Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Outside the Field with your co-stars, Jacoby, myself, and my best friend Christopher to my left.
I can't believe you still are gonna stand by this Jacoby thing when you were literally just hating on my man Jacoby Myers when we were talking pre-record.
Mm, bro. All right, listen, we'll get into that, but they're playing Tom Brady and the Bucks like it's gonna be a stomp fest, bro.
Anyways, we're
Anyways,
gonna go over starts and sits for week 4 of the NFL season today, guys. But Mr. Crabtree, how's your week going, man? I'm interested to hear about you.
I got a phone call from Aaron Jones this week letting us know that his friends,
His
uh,
friends.
Cooper Cup and who I forget the other guy, Cooper Cup and Calvin Ridley, that they weren't gonna like and subscribe this week until we can get 100 subscribers from you guys. So, guys, this one's on you.
I think we're gonna need to see some text, but yes, the 100 subscriber goal would be clutch, guys. So always is we do very much appreciate you guys coming by and watching the videos. You know, we're trying to give you the best content each and every week, but all likes and subscribes are greatly appreciated, and we just appreciate you guys watching the videos and coming to hang out with Jacob and I in here for short increments. Um, but with that, we'll just kind of hop into our starts and sits today. As always, Jacob and I will always do our very, very best for you guys to look at the back end of ECR in that like maybe like 8 to 18 range to try to tell you guys the people you're looking at who we should be starting. So with that in mind, who is your start quarterback of the week, Mr. Jacoby?
Uh, Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers are playing some phenomenal ball. It's a little nerve-wracking with Christian McCaffrey being out, but on the back half, Chuba Hubbard, I believe his name is, looked pretty good, taking over the role for CMC. And yeah, this guy, I mean, he's gotten you, and this is a non standard QB scoring where they scored 6 instead of 4 for touchdowns, but he's getting you 29, 26, 28, QB 14 on the year. It's nothing out of this world, but if you're looking for a stream play this week, I think uh, Sam Darnold versus the Dallas Cowboys, who I always think every game they play is going to be points, points, points. Yeah, they're 3-0 for a reason. It's no joke. So yeah.
No, I agree, man. You think the Cowboys, you think big games, you think a lot of points. They have a great offense, so I mean, you would expect a lot of points to go out on the board. Sam Darnold is currently QB 12 on the season, so he's looking good. So yeah, I like that call. I would definitely roll Sam Darnold out there if I was needing a quarterback.
Yes,
Um,
sir. Who you
my,
thinking, Chris?
I mean, this one I think we should be a given, but he was at ECR 9, guys. So like I said, this was kind of on the top end, but Dak Prescott, guys, he had that a great week 1, week 2 was rough, and then last week he gave you like a nice solid performance. Yeah, I didn't jump off the stat sheet, but it was still a good game. They are going up against Carolina, which has looked like a very tough defense right now. But Dak Prescott's Dak Prescott, and he can easily go out there and drop 35, 40 for you in standard scoring any given week just because how good that offense is and how many weapons he has. So keep Dak Prescott always in your lineup as long as he's playing, which is basically always. So roll my man Dak out there. Um,
Yes, sir. Can't believe he's at 9. That's crazy.
yes, but going into my sixth is one of our guys who's been frying, Mr. Kirk Cousins. I know people like to bash on him, but honestly, he's been a really great option. But does go up against really stout Cleveland secondary this weekend. That pass rush is legit. He's probably going to be without Dalvin Cook again. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a bad game, but it's just not a matchup I would like to target. I would definitely rather go get a Sam Darnold or maybe Crabtree's boy Taylor Heineke out there. Um,
Yes. He
but
almost was my start this week.
but that's who I'd probably try to get out of my lineup if possible this weekend.
Alrighty. Well, I like it. I like it. I think that's a good play. I think it's bold. I think it could go either way. I've always thought it goes either way with Kirk Cousins. I like. I don't know. I don't know, dude. This dude's either like slinging the rock and hitting every single spot, or he's like throwing it straight to the defenders. Like I don't get this guy.
He just has up downs and down periods, you know, man. He's human like you and I, man. You gotta give the man some slack.
No, he's a pro athlete. He should
Yeah,
not. He's not just like me or you,
how
because
dare he?
I'm not making millions of dollars throwing football around. I wish.
Well, so which other man making millions of dollars are you gonna roast next?
Like the one that I don't even know. I was gonna say something funny.
I'm referring to your sit of the week at quarterback.
Daniel Jones is my sit this week. Guys started off pretty hot to start the season off. Last week had a rough game against the Atlanta Falcons. Sterling Shepard went out. I kind of think this has a little bit to do with it. I
Clayton's
feel
gonna
like,
be out.
yeah, he's Sterling Shepard's out. I
And
feel like you said who else?
Darius Slayton.
Oh, Slayton's out too. I did not realize that. Yeah, so this makes it even bigger for me. I just feel like Daniel Jones has a safety blanket with Sterling Shepard, and when he's not out there, like things kind of go rough. Like I think this first half he played well, and then Sterling Shepard got out, and he just played poor the rest of the game. But I think this is gonna be a game against the Saints that from the get go Saints will be up, and then Jameis Winston will only have to kind of game manage and not do too much, which is probably the best for him to succeed. So yeah, Daniel Jones is my sit this week.
Um, just out of curiosity, because I know as a player you and I were big on. Are we just Jameis at this point? Are we just not playing him? Like, is that where we're
He's
at?
a he's a stream option for me. So I mean this week I do think he's a decent stream option. It's kind of high risk, high reward type thing. Um, as we were talking about earlier, Giants have a few good corners that are pretty saucy, but the rest of the defense is kind of here there. But I mean James Winston he could get lucky with a few throws here and there, but I would go other options if you can. Taylor Heineke's probably out there. Sam Darnold's still probably out there. Those are guys I'd probably start over Winston right now, but if you needed to, I would roll out Winston in a stream play this week with a little bit of confidence.
Real quick, and then we'll move over to running backs. Kirk Cousins or Jameis Winston?
Oh, this week who's Kirk Cousins play again in Cleveland?
Yeah,
I think I'd go Winston.
you for Winston. All right,
Slight edge to Winston.
all right.
The only reason because Browns have been playing crazy good football lately. The
They really
defense, like,
have. They really
yeah,
have, man. The Browns are not the Browns you and I grew up watching, man. This is a
they're not.
This is a respectable team now. Put some
They
respect on
might actually
Baker's
take the
team. I
Browns to
mean,
the Super Bowl.
okay, hold on. Don't get crazy now. It is the Browns still. Um, your running back started the week, my man.
My running back start. I think this is probably my boldest statement for these starts and sits that we got. But we're gonna go Miles Sanders against the Chiefs. He's had two really, really bad weeks, and after last week and only gotten two opportunities to run the ball, I think that the Eagles are going to make an emphasis on getting him the ball, even if it's 10 to 12 carries a game, more than two. Um, Chiefs are not great against the run. We've shown that, and I think he's going to get some more options out of the backfield. And I think that the Eagles are going to make it a little bit interesting just with how poor our defense is right now. But the Chiefs will run away with it at the end. But I do see Miles Sanders getting a touchdown and 10 to 12 carries this week.
Man, this is how I know you're not a real Chiefs fan. You recommended to our viewers that they start someone playing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
Again, this guy had two carries last week. Like, so
No,
that shows even more.
I think it's realistic that he could get. I don't know. Here's like my thing is, they fell behind quick last week and they could just kind of abandon the run. So what's to say they just don't have the same philosophy this week? And I think you and I would both be in the same like wheelhouse that we believe that the Eagles are probably going to fall behind pretty quickly against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And like Gainwell has been pretty involved, so I think at this point I'd probably just want to sit Miles Sanders until we get some more clarity with the situation, and I can kind of really start to have some more faith. I think when he can give me a week, that's kind of like when we'll get him back in the lineup, kind of like Clyde last week. But hopping over, guys, my start of the week is kind of just a tandem, more so one specifically. Just whoever starts for the Rams running back group this weekend, guys. If Darrell Henderson plays, you're going to start just Darrell Henderson. But if Darrell Henderson is out, you'll start Sony Michel. He got 22 carries last week in relief for Darrell Henderson, who's injured. 84 yards against a stout Tampa defense. I'm pretty sure I told you guys not to play him last week. And he still did score under 10 points. But at the end of the day, guys, he got a few targets. He got the work. So whoever does get the start for them this week, they're playing. I don't know what I just said, guys. Sorry, let me figure this out real quick. I'm always unprepared, guys. I don't always mean to be this way. I promise one day I'll be perfect for all of you. Arizona. Oh, yeah. This would be a shootout, guys. So I feel really good about it, and I'd get him in there. Zach Moss, guys. He's probably someone that a lot of you guys have had on the bench, and maybe you need a running back to just kind of push out there this week. He's starting to kind of push his way through and show that he's a valuable player out there and could potentially be someone who can give you some production every week. He has a great matchup, so Crabtree told me he needs one more week, but I think this is the week you roll him out there and hope he can kind of boom for you. You like those calls?
I love the Rams. I think that this is arguably the best offense right now in the league. So the Rams are cooking with Matthew Stafford, and Zach Moss, dude. We were talking about him earlier, man. He's got a great stretch coming up of teams that he plays, and it's just like I don't know, man. Like the first week he was a healthy inactive. That scares the crap out of me, just because
Well, the
has
team said he was hurt, but he wasn't on the injury report or anything. So that's just where it gets weird.
I know. It's just that because of that situation, it was such a weird situation to see that healthy inactive to me from what I saw. Um, but I'm starting to get a lot more confidence with him. I've kept him on my bench, and I'm very close to getting him into a flex spot for myself in some of my leagues.
So one last thing on Zach Moss before we move off. So this is kind of a quick, long-term thing, guys. But his next 7 weeks are Houston, Kansas City, Tennessee, bye, Miami, Jacksonville, Jets. That's probably the best stretch you can ever ask for. So maybe just get Zach Moss in that lineup, let him cook through this stretch. And then at that point, we'll reevaluate. Maybe we trade him. He had a good stretch, or maybe we're like, man, he's really taking himself into that lead role, and it's someone we need to keep. But I would just watch him over these next few weeks and see how this stretch goes because it looks very promising.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go into our sits this week for our running backs. So somebody I think me and Chris are both kind of in agreement with this one. But I think we're both big on not both of us. He's big on sitting Mike Davis, and I'm big on sitting Cordell Patterson. I just don't want to touch the Atlanta Falcons backfield at all this week, just because they're playing Washington. I just don't think it's a good matchup for either of the running backs, and I think that this is going to be a good week for Calvin Ridley. I think they're going to be behind, and I think he might actually have like a good week or great week to where we were projecting him to have instead of these 12 to 16 point games. We might actually see him get into the 20s this week. So that's
find out in the next category, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir.
No, yeah, I just don't want to get Mike Davis out there, guys. He's not that spectacular. He's not getting a large receiving role out of the backfield. He's getting, low teens carry, so he's not a very efficient runner. It's not a very good offense, so you're not getting the receiving work. You don't have very much scoring upside. Your touches are capped. So, he's just kind of a player I want to avoid against a tough Washington football team. Are you looking at my dog, bro?
No, I was trying to quietly eat a potato chip.
Yeah, this man's a weird on the video, guys. Watch out for him. I'm sorry that we have to have Jacoby on here, guys. Maybe one day we'll just get me on here and we'll see how it goes. And then we'll do one of just Jacoby and we'll find out how that goes. And we'll see who you guys really like more. But Mike Davis, I'm trying to get out of my lineup, guys. Cordero Patterson, he has that running back receiver eligibility on Sleeper, which I said is super valuable. He's locked into 7 touches, 7 targets these last 2 weeks. So in your PPR formats, he's going to give you 14 touches, 7 of those being receptions, and then probably somewhere in the 60 to 100 yards range. I mean, he's looked pretty explosive, so I don't know. I just think that he has a nice floor, so I feel better about getting Patterson out there.
All right, let's go
Crabtree's not even
receivers.
serious for you today, guys. I'm trying to bring you the start to sits. This is the make or break point for your weekend, and
Bro.
Crabtree's more focused on his potato chips, guys.
Bro, okay, listen. This is not us advertising any chip, but I mean, if you're gonna get down for some chips, we got to get down for some dill pickle chips. Anyways, let's
This
go
is
to
an
the next.
unpaid sponsorship.
um, This is serious to me too, Christopher. All right, starts. Let's go. We got Chris. Ooh, those are nice. I'm gonna throw you guys my start for this week. Um, Rob Gronkowski is out. Prime time game. These two were playing together in Tom Brady's last season with the Pats. I think that this is just kind of a big like screw you to Bill Belichick, and I think that some way or another, Antonio Brown gets into the end zone in this game. It's his first game back. I think me and Chris kind of agree. It's kind of a Chris Godwin and then Antonio Brown 2A and Mike Evans 2B. And then when Gronk is in there, obviously he's the straight 2, and then it's 3A, 3B. But I think Antonio Brown could be a very good play this week, especially with Gronk out. Somebody's got to get that, and if it is Antonio Brown this week, he could boom really high this week. I could see 20 plus points from him, 25 plus if he is the guy that gets it. It's usually either Evans or Brown, but I see Brown this week big time.
No, I like the call, and I think the revenge game narrative is nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed Gronk's not gonna be out there. I was ready for the Gronk 130 and 3 touchdown game against
Yeah,
Bill
so
Belichick,
it was
but
gonna happen.
it was. But no, I like Godwin or not Godwin, AB. I'd get him out there. I would just be a
You were
little
you were gonna see a minimum of 69 targets to Gronk.
minimum, yes. But my first start for you guys is as somebody who has a lot of shares of this player. I very much understand all of our frustrations with Robert Woods so far, guys. And I'm not going to make any excuses. But the targets have still kind of been there. Cooper Kupp had 3 amazing slot matchups in his first 3 weeks, so that does get a lot better. Arizona, Robert Woods gets a really good matchup. So, and I think there are better days ahead for Robert Woods, guys. I do think we need to reevaluate. You know, he's probably not going to be that 12 to 16 player we were hoping. He's probably going to be like a low end receiver 2, high end receiver 3. But I think there are going to be good days. So I would get Robert Woods out there this week versus Arizona. Like I said, guys, I'm just expecting a shootout, and I always want to get the players in the shootouts out there. And then the other one, I know I roasted Crabtree, guys, but I have to do it too. I'm going to say not the running attack, but I'm going to say the passing attack from the Philadelphia Eagles is what gets it done against KC. The defense as a whole is very much struggling. The secondary has been way out of whack. Has given up some big plays, and no mistakes given or taken here. Devontae Smith is the number 1 receiver in the Phillies offense. So I would look for him to have a good weekend against KC, trying to stay ahead and maybe catch up back up to KC after they get a big lead. So those are my 2 receiver starts for the week.
Interesting. I could see Smith having a good week this week just because of what you stated.
Yes.
Moving on to our sits. I got a big name on my sit list this week. I got OBJ. I think he's finally kind of settled into like that high receiver, or not high, but like mid to high receiver 2 upside. But his floor, I feel like, is high receiver 3. This week, I think there was a lot of like focus on getting him really involved last week since it was his first game back from the ACL. And I think this week they go back a little bit to normal and get back to their real play calling, which is running the ball. They're always going to be they're just a running team. Baker is good, but he's not phenomenal. And he just makes these simple mistakes here and there. And I just think because of that and everything that's going on, I think that OBJ comes down to earth a little bit, and I think he's not getting what he had last week, 13, 14 last week. I think he's probably a little bit more of a riskier play, just because I think they're going to get back to their game plan.
Yeah. No real arguments. Not that I'm wanting to sit OBJ. If you need to sit him, I would play him. But I'd be very okay sitting him on the bench. Not that I don't believe in it yet. I would just maybe want to see one more game to just kind of have some more confidence in him going forward. Some people felt that they got that the first week, but me personally, I would want to get the extra week in. But
I mean, they do play Minnesota too, so like I do see them kind of getting up and just running the
I
ball
could
for
see
the
that
rest
being
of the
like a
game.
real defensive slug game where it's like a
You do?
17-14 kind of game, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're. I could see that. I just see them being the Cleveland being up the entire game, and Chubb and Kareem Hunt doing their thing.
Yeah, guys, my sit of the week is gonna be Mr. Marquise Brown for the Ravens. Obviously, he's always been a very inconsistent player as long as he's been in the league. Are you hearting Mr. Mahomes over there?
Yeah,
I like that. That was cute. I like your wall, man. I like the decorations.
appreciate it, man. Look at this. This guy I had torch this flag for me. Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelsey. It's beautiful.
Yes. But Marquise Brown is going to be my sit of the week, guys. He's going up against Denver, which is a really tough defense right now. They've been getting it done. They're obviously 3-0 right now, which is wild. To me, I know. We're not going to talk about it, country.
Pittsburgh Steelers of last year.
But last week, he still got his targets, guys, but he had a couple of big drops. It looks like Bateman might get finally out on the field, so Bateman could steal some work away, guys. So all things considered, it's not a situation I want to take the risk on right now. So I'm probably going to sit Marquise Brown if possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Moving over to the tight ends, Mr. Crabtree,
Yeah.
who is your start of the week, sir?
Last week I told you to start him. He got you kind of what I thought he would, or a little under what I thought he would. I think this week he'll do a little bit better. But Noah Fant, I think the game plan will be a little bit better. I think they'll have a little bit more of a challenge this week. They did play the Jets, I think, last week. So they got up big and just wasn't really a big need to throw the ball as much as they needed to. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I think Noah Fant, clear number 2 option, if not the number 1 option right now. I think he's going to have a much.
Number two, guys. Maybe even number 3, honestly.
I said clear number 2,
I think it's
but
arguable Sutton and Patrick are ahead of him on this one.
this man does just not believe in Noah Fant, guys.
I just
But
don't. I can't get behind it, guys.
I'm telling you guys, he's like a year, 2 years away from being the next TJ Hawk. Hawk's having his year this year. Noah Fant's 1 year, if not 2 years away. But yes, Noah Fant is my start of the week. I feel like, hey, put him in your lineups with confidence.
All right, guys. I don't no hate there, guys. I mean, I'm not the biggest Noah Fant guy, but it is what it is. If you want to roll him out there, you roll him out there. My start of the week is someone you could probably go pick up off the waiver wire right now in your normal one tight end, regular tight end scoring leagues, and that is Mr. Hunter Henry. It's not a sexy option, guys, but I mean, he's going to give you a floor. He's going to probably put up exactly 8 to 10 points. And at the end of the day, you can go roll out some guy like a Jared Cook, a Tanyan, and hope they get a touchdown and give you 15, or they could drop you 2. Where I think at least Hunter Henry and Jonnu, I think just both of these guys, I think they're pretty like Hunter Henry's going to give you 8 to 10 every week. Jonnu's going to give you 10 to 16 every week. Jonnu struggled last week, but he still got the 6 targets. So all in all, they're not great options, but they'll get the job done. I mean, tight end just sucks. So at least get some points out of your position, even if it's not very many each week. So that's my tight end start of the week.
Who's your sit?
My sit of the week?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Robert Tonyan, guys. He goes up against Pittsburgh. Tough defense. I know it doesn't always look that way when their offense sucks so bad. We forget how great their defense is over in Pittsburgh. But they still do have a top unit, guys. They hold people down. They try to keep the game as close for Big Ben as possible. Tanyan's kind of busted 2 weeks for you already. He got the touchdown the second week, so that was able to save the day. But he just kind of seems like a touchdown or bust guy right now. Tough matchup. So I mean, I personally would rather just go plug Hunter Henry in there and get myself 8 points. Give me those 8 points over the 2 or 15 Tanyan's gonna give me.
I completely agree with you, Chris.
Glad.
Now
not very
with
often.
Now with my sit tight end, I give you Zachary Ertz. This dude had, I think, 22, 23 points last week. He's not the tight end one there. It's Dallas Goedert. I just think that, me personally, I'd rather have Devontae Smith, like Chris was talking about earlier. I think he'll be a better target. I just don't see Ertz having that. I think he falls down to earth again. Is the Chiefs defense great? No, but I just don't see them Ertz exposing them there. I think if anything, it'd be Dallas getting those points. And that is all we have for you, sir. What do you think about that last one, Chris?
This is how I know you're a worse Chiefs fan, because you recommended, or you told him to sit Zachary. Never mind. No, I retract my previous statement. Maybe Crabtree's an alright Chiefs fan, guys. An alright Chiefs fan. We'll give it to him. Even though he looks like a freak like that. But no, I don't have too much. I appreciate you guys stopping by, watching the video today, guys. I hope you guys are able to plug some of these players in and hopefully get some dubs this weekend. Fantasy's been a little weird, but I think we're starting to get the hang of what the season, what's going on. And Crabtree and I have just been grinding in the lab. We've really been sitting down, chatting out, figuring out the direction we need to move you guys in to get you guys moving along the season. So, guys, make sure to smash that like, subscribe, really show some love for the channel. Shoot us the comments down below with any start-sit questions. Hit us up on the Twitter. Crabtree will hit you back, Mr. Jacoby. But I think that's all we have, guys. So send us out, Mr. Crabtree.
Hey, man, we appreciate all of the love and support, guys. Also, I just want to make a quick note. If it ever looks like we are just like exhausted or like we don't care, that is not what's going on. We usually record at like 1 a.m., maybe 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like
I've been up for 23 hours, guys, but we had to get this done for you.
It's currently 1:30 in the morning, but like this is just the time that we have to record for you guys, and like it's important to us as it is to see you guys win your leagues.
Yes.
So good luck to you guys. I hope you follow some advice this week, and I hope you guys go get that dub. I got some leagues I'm trying to go 4-0 in, and I hope you guys are there too. Let's do it.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.